Goal, hear me out, is to literally sleep by 10 p.m. Yesterday night, I was hustling, and I slept so late. And I literally fell asleep after drinking a cup of matcha. So that really kind of gave me a wake up call, ironically, to actually go to sleep early. And now it's 9, no, 8:34. Oh, I've got plenty of time. What am I talking about? I thought it was 9:30 and I was like, oh my god, I've got to film this in 30 minutes. Anyway, it's been a pretty busy week for me, honestly. Like, I have been editing this video for my band program, and I'm an exec there, so I'm a part of like editing. Anyway, surprise, obviously. It literally required 6 rounds of edits because my teacher was not satisfied with it. And it was just so frustrating, but it's up now, and I'm like feeling so refreshed. Go find it if you want. My face isn't even in the video, so I don't know how you would, but go for it. Alrighty, we're going to be talking about episode 7 of Boys Planet. And before I get started about this specific episode, I kind of wanted to share a topic that I kind of was intrigued by. So, a lot of people post on Boys Planet regarding, their friends that are on the show, or maybe their family members. One particular trainee that you might know is Matthew, and his sister initially posted about him on TikTok, and that's kind of what I don't know. I think a lot of people were influenced by that video for some reason. And his friends also posted a video on TikTok about him. And apparently they talk to him regularly and like text each other even throughout like the whole Boys Planet process. And even though it's been quite a few months since they've been recording, they still can communicate. However, I was informed that Camden is not, or like can't, I don't know if he's choosing not to or literally can't communicate with his dad. I don't know why. So I'm curious, like, are they allowed phones during this whole period, or are they not allowed to communicate with anyone at all unless they're given specific permission, like the phone call, because obviously that's going to go on air. So I'm a little curious about that. Just got me wondering. If you have any thoughts or any information that you also know, let me know, because I'm curious. Okay. We're gonna first start off with Team Law, which was the very first team, and my pick was in there, Camden. You guys already know, and oh my god, off track yet again, apart from episode 7. But I heard that he's going to be on the Switch team, and last week I literally shared that Camden better be on the Switch team. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, so Park Hanbin was also in this team, and if you guys don't know him, he's the really like ruthless leader that makes his team members practice over and over again, but he also brings great results. So it shows that his leadership actually does work, and he was again the leader in Law as well, and he's gained a lot of fans to the point where I might think that he might be on the top 9 or somewhere close to that ranking because he has gained a lot of fans both internationally and domestically. And a lot of fans that say that he looks like Lee Do-hyun or somewhat resembles him, and I totally agree. And I've honestly been obsessing with Lee Do-hyun lately because of the glory. I've been watching his previous just projects as well, and oh my god, I love Lee Do-hyun. But I think I also like Park Han-bin as well. When the next voting opens, I will definitely be voting for him, although right now the voting is not open. I think the only thing you can really do is collect the star points, which I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been too diligent with that because I honestly don't know what happens to these star points. Like, I accumulate them and I give them to, like, let's say Camden. Like, what does Camden get? I don't know. So someone let me know. I'm sure you guys know. And I'm sure it says on the app. I'm too lazy to read it. So I haven't really been collecting it. You know what? While we're on the topic of that, I should just do it while I talk. We go on to Mnet Plus. Yay. I just want the voting to open though, but I get that. In a couple of hours. Oh my god, in a couple of, no, maybe in a couple of days it'll be elimination soon. Oh my god, I'm not ready for it, honestly. It's gonna be devastating and much, much worse than episode 1, right? Or no, elimination, no, not episode 1. Okay, I was expecting Yujin would win, not Park Han-bin, but he won. And I was extremely surprised because, I don't know, I thought Yujin was really popular on Boys Planet. I don't know. A lot of people love Yujin, and I almost like touched on this a little too much in the last episode review where I talked about Han Yujin being a little bit too old, and a lot of people were against it, which I honestly was kind of expecting that because you know, whatever, because people like Yujin, so they're not really going to do anything about it when it comes to them. Oh my god, winners? Oh. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted yet again. Yeah, they honestly didn't have that much screen time, so I don't have much to talk about them because they really had no drama, no hardship. Everything went pretty smoothly except for like that screw up when they were performing to the other trainees on the show as well, which honestly, I don't know why they do that. I get the point where it's good to have some peer evaluation, but they're kind of your competitors, so like, is it okay to be? I guess you can still give feedback to your competitors. I don't know. I thought it was just kind of odd. Wait, where can you collect star points? Vote? No. Rank? Maybe? No. Rank? Oh, no, 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 that's not it either. Yeah, I don't really spend time on this app too much. Why am I like scrolling like a mom? Okay, anyway, yeah, love the performance. I think it's honestly, I would even say my top three performances in this entire mission round. Alrighty, next one we've got Man in Love, and this one was so amusing, and also I think the end performance was great as well. But before we get into that, I want to talk about Jung Min-gyu, and he is the Red House guy. I'm wearing red right now. Support for Jung Min-gyu. Love that guy. I know he's gonna get eliminated, but I really do like his passion. Like he seems really passionate about singing, even though he's not, let's be real, the most talented person on this show. He actually still tries hard and he never really complains about it. So far we've seen, I don't think he would honestly. And he seems to really work hard, even if he's not at the step that the other trainees are at currently. And the rapping guy, I think his name was Woojin, was severely lacking. And I honestly kind of felt bad for him. But I don't know, he was just like so offbeat. And low-key, I don't know. I don't know why he went for the rapping position. Maybe it's because he can't do vocals, but maybe he had a short training period as well. But I mean, a lot of trainees on this show had a short training period, yet they're doing so well. So honestly, I don't even know what the standard should be at this point. And then in this team is also Kim Tere. And Tere is honestly really, really popular on my Boys Planet TikTok feed. Like he is all over because of his smile, his vocals, which I definitely get. I honestly don't know if he'll make it to the final lineup though, because right now he's, I think, rank 9, so we'll have to see. He really is though a natural on stage, and you can just see his almost confidence and his natural performing sense, I guess. Like he just seems like he knows what he's doing and like he's had previous performance experience in the past. He just really looks like that. And his smile is great, of course. He has like the Lee Do-yeon smile. I don't know how to describe it, but like this part like really has a deep fold wrinkle when you smile. I don't know. I think that's kind of crazy how some people have those genes. And Lee Dong-yeol was also in this team, and I believe he used to be in Up Tension as well. I honestly did not know he was great at singing. To be honest, I didn't even know he was on the show. I've like heard about him, but I didn't know about him in detail, I guess. And he was also really, really great at singing. And I would almost prefer his tone over Tere's. And it's just so sad how the judges really only talked about Tere. They barely mentioned Dong-yeol. And he honestly shared the same parts as Tere as well, but he barely got mentioned. So it just kind of goes to say Mnet has picks, and if they have a storyline that they're going with, which is Tere is the best at singing, then they're only going to include shots of the judges talking about Tere. So if the judges talked about Dong-yeol, they're going to cut that out. Obviously, this isn't like a, oh, this definitely happened kind of situation, but a lot of the times this example can also be the standard for other situations as well, where they want one specific storyline and they're going to go with it. They're not going to include other things, if that makes sense. Yeah. Jung Min-gyu, isn't, just going back to him, like, he isn't the greatest at singing, but his rapping has an impact. Honestly, if he were to debut in any group and if he were to pursue singing and dancing over acting, I think he could honestly join a group with a rapper position. That's definitely a possibility. I don't know why I'm rooting for him too much. I've never voted for him. I've honestly never paid too much attention to him. If I were to choose between Blue House and Red House, I would have always gone with Blue House, but now I don't know. Something about him makes me want to stan him. Yeah. Alrighty. We get into the dramatic stuff. Rush Hour Team. When I first, before watching this, well, I knew that Ma Jing will be evil edited, and I also heard somewhere that Ricky was also evil edited. So I was like, ooh, what is this all about? And oh my god, was I not expecting that bad of a drama? Because I thought it was just gonna be evil editing where it's like they make drama out of a very tiny situation, but it was definitely not that. So, if you don't know the context, I'll just quickly explain. So, Ma Jingxiang was going, we saw in the previous episode, he was going ahead of the other members because one of the other members, Takuto, wasn't the greatest at dancing, so he received more attention from the leader. And basically, that kind of slowed the team down, which happens in a team when you've got various people at different levels. And Ba Jingxiang just went ahead and learned the entire choreo by himself, which is okay. I mean, if you're just doing it by yourself and still participating in the team as a side, that's still fine. However, in this episode, it really, really shows the tension between Ricky and Ma Jingxiang and how they both disagree on things, where Ricky's like, oh, we should add this new element into the performance. And Ma Jingxiang is like, we don't have time, we don't have time. And he just goes on and on and on. And essentially, the leader tries to resolve this conflict out between the two members. And Ma Jingxiang is like, literally, why are you saying this to me? We don't have time for this. This shouldn't be the priority. I don't even know why you're telling me that. And he basically disregards what everyone else is saying and doesn't really seem to understand. So, yeah. I honestly would be so frustrated with Ma Jingxiang. Honestly, I didn't explain it the best, so if you watch the clip yourself, I'm sure you would get a better sense of understanding. But no, I would be so frustrated if I was Ricky. Imagine someone that is a part of the team and you have to work with them. You can't get out of it, but they're not trying to listen to you whatsoever. That is so frustrating, and I don't know how I would handle that. And Ricky knew that he was gonna be evil edited, like Ma Jingxiang was gonna be evil edited, because he was looking at the cameras the entire time, which I find so funny. And it's just like so disrespectful and just showcases a lack of manners. Yet there are still a lot of people supporting Ma Jingxiang, and let me just say it, pretty privileged. If he was not that good looking, I honestly don't think anyone would be supporting him. And I would honestly compare the situation to, like, what's his name? Oh my god. Tao. Yeah, Tao. Even though there was that whole evil editing situation, even though he's not the best at any category really, he still gets a lot of attention from fans because he's good looking. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of touch on that. That's kind of like my first thoughts, because a lot of people seem to be supporting him and defending him, although it was quite obvious that he made a mistake there and he was being quite disrespectful. I'm not saying that he is wholly disrespectful as an individual, but that situation, that snippet, was definitely disrespectful of him, and I'm sure he apologized and everything, but I would never include that, right? So just from that, I'm just gonna conclude that that wasn't the best choice, I suppose. Like him complaining about this one move where Ricky kind of pushes Ma Jingxiang to the side. It's just like kind of like an interactive choreography, and he was complaining about it, being like, why are you pushing me so hard? Like, you need to push lighter. What if on the actual performance you push me too hard and I get like, oh my god, that was so dramatic and it was just so petty. And honestly, I try to understand these trainees because they're going through a really hard time and really stressful time. They're under a time constraint. They're always being filmed by cameras. They probably can't eat like too much, and they probably do not get rest, and a lot of them were seen at hospitals throughout the filming time. So it just goes to show that these trainees are not having it easy. We all know that. And when that happens, people get more sensitive, and when you're communicating and interacting with people 24/7, it does get tiring for sure. But I feel like that kind of a reaction is definitely something that you should keep to yourself. And rather than actually trying to address the issue or apologizing, he just kind of followed his own agenda rather than like actually communicating. I guess he really took rush hour seriously. That was such a good joke. I just had to mention that. Yeah. No, K-Nuts were actually like very light about the situation and were like, wow, they're actually both good at Korean. Whereas international fans were like, oh my god, how dare they? Oh. And I just love seeing the difference between the two fandoms sometimes because is a dog barking? Anyway, it's like 8 p.m. What are they doing? Oh, anyway, yeah, no, the two fandoms are always so different from one another, so it's really nice seeing like these two various perspectives. Okay. Poor guy, poor Woo Sung-min, just in the middle trying to resolve this out. And he was also the only Korean in the room, or Korean in the group, not in the room. So I feel like that would have been really hard to communicate properly between the members and also resolve this conflict and also practice for their actual performance. Being a leader would have been extremely stressful, and it's sad knowing that he's probably going to get eliminated. That's just kind of my thoughts here. Like, oh my god, that person's gonna get eliminated, yet they've worked this hard. And that's just kind of the reality of a survival show. Like Sungmin talked about how this is almost his last chance to become an idol. He left his original group for this, and if it isn't Boys Planet, he's probably never going to pursue being an idol, which is so upsetting to hear because that's not just his opinion. Considering his age, most companies are not gonna, like, I don't know, I feel like that's his perspective, like they're not gonna accept me because I'm old. And it's just so upsetting to see because he has a lot of talents and you can see that he's also a kind personality. Yeah. But apart from that, let's just talk about the performance. I think the stage was like okay. Like they weren't having too much fun, which is something that you can definitely capitalize on for this specific song choice. Like if you compare it to Jay and Camden's performance, it was much more lively, it was much more interactive, and it felt like they were really enjoying the performance, even though that was an audition stage and it wasn't like too complete. It felt more complete with this performance, with all of the outfits, with the cool fancy camera work, all of that. So just wanted to kind of touch on that as well. But no, watching this made me so stressed because I don't know, I hate seeing tension on camera, and I can almost imagine being in each of their perspectives, I suppose. Alrighty, so let's go into more of a better topic, which is the Limousine Team. Now, I'm just gonna say it here, I think this is my favorite stage in this entire round, and a lot of people were also agreeing with me, saying that the Limousine Team deserves better, considering that all three of them might be eliminated in the next elimination round, and their vibes were just so immaculate. And I think the best part was none of the three trainees really showcased their talent in the previous episodes. Anthony, of course, was popular from his previous survival show and kind of gained popularity from that. However, his rank kept on dropping because he wasn't given enough screen time, and honestly, I didn't really hear him sing, rap, dance at all in Boys Planet, so seeing that was really nice. Christian, all we really know about him from screen time, just pure Mnet screen time, is that he is not a good person, is what Mnet made it out to be. So again, we didn't see much of his talent. And Park Ji-hoo, I honestly didn't even know he existed, which is so sad because I would so vote for him if he was, in, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, it's so sad. But the Limousine performance was perfect because just the vibes were there and their performance really felt legit. It felt like their performance rather than them covering someone's song because they were sharing their own stories, and initially their lyrics were almost a little odd and out of place is what the rapper master said. I think it was Bobby, I believe it was. And they really took that feedback seriously and implemented it into their performance and truly created a performance that is about them, from them, to them. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was really great, and Jihu did an amazing job of writing the lyrics, and he has such a unique way of singing, not gonna lie, and I really like it. It almost made me teary-eyed just seeing the lyrics, and of course, I couldn't understand all of the lyrics because some of them were in Chinese and all, but it was really good, and rearranging the song, writing the lyrics was perfect. Honestly, if they debuted as a group, I would be pretty happy. Like, all of the members have a great voice, and they have all of the talents that they require, which is why I think the performance felt so cohesive. And honestly, I did not know Anthony had a good voice. I thought he was more of a dance member because I think in his audition video, like his, not audition video, like the very first performance that he ever did, he was more so dancer rapper, if I'm correct. But no, I didn't know that he had a good voice, and it was just really unexpected. Maybe it was because we all kind of had low standards. That's what made us wow even more. But so far, it was definitely my favorite. We're gonna take a sip of water, and this isn't just me taking a sip of water. This is a reminder for you to drink water. 2 liters every day. If anything, go, I don't know, go to your sink, go to your Brita, and get water. I use a Brita, that's why I use that. Okay. Oh man, I need to power up myself for this, because next is Feel Special. And when I watched, oh my god, I knew that xiang was going to be evil edited or did something wrong because everyone was turning their back on TikTok. Now, if you guys don't know already, I watched Boys Planet on Viki on Friday. So by the time I'm watching it, everyone else has also watched it beforehand. So it's a little frustrating. I wish I had a way to just watch it on Thursday, but I don't know. Everyone was turning their back on him. So I was like, what happened? So when I watched this, Majing Xiang and Ricky, that situation seemed like nothing. It felt like a dust compared to this ball of dust. I don't know how to say it. But no, say everyone said that Chang Shuaibo got EDO'd. So I was like, oh, maybe he did something wrong in his talent? Maybe he suddenly lost all his singing ability? I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Because, you know, Adele is known for not that great of a singing, but it clicked. Adele was also evil edited. And I really was not expecting it to be this bad. And just this entire snippet shows that he's not too serious about being an idol, to be honest. A lot of people were saying, okay, but he wasn't talking about Eungi specifically in Chinese. The subtitles were wrong in Korean and in English. So, like, they were defending him like that, but it still shows that he lacks motivation and thinks that the cameras will save his performance because they can't just make it look like he's just standing there. It just shows how unserious he is about this. And I'm not saying that he's a bad person. We'll never know that unless you get to know him personally. But it just shows that just a little disrespectful, you know, considering that these other members also need to have a chance, and people like Eungi, this is like also their last chance, very similar to Sungmin's situation, sorry. So I was so disappointed. Not saying that like I really supported him, to be honest. I just thought he would be better than that. Like, Eungi absolutely just carried this performance, and the fact that he didn't get justice makes me so upset. So I'm really hoping that he survives this round so that in the next round people can vote for him even